Today I keep my speech harmless. Yes. The topic is also about Ivanka Trump think big again. Yes. So let's begin. Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1 year ago, I introduced my father when
1 year ago, I introduced my father
he declared his candidacy.
when he declared his candidacy. When he declared his candidacy
In his own way,
in his own way, our way,
and through his own sheer force of will,
and through his own sheer force of will,
he sacrificed greatly.
he sacrificed that.
Way, and through his own sheer force of will, he sacrificed greatly
He sacrificed greatly
to enter the political arena as an outsider.
to enter the political arena as an outsider.
And he prevailed against a field of 16 very talented competitors.
And he prevailed against a few of sitting very talented competitors. For more than a year,
Donald Trump has been the people's champion.
Donald Trump has been the people's champion.
And tonight, he is the people's nominee.
And tonight, he's the people's nominee.
Like many of my fellow millennials,
I
do not consider myself categorically Republican or Democrat.
I do not consider myself categorically Republican or Democrat. Republican or Democrat. More than party.
Affiliation, I vote
affiliation.
based on what I believe is right for my family.
I vote based on what I believe is right for my family
And for my country.
and for my country.
Sometimes it's a tough choice.
Sometimes it's a tough choice.
That is not the case this time.
That is not the case this time.
As the proud daughter of your nominee,
As the proud daughter of your nominee,
I am here to tell you that this is the moment,
I am here to tell you that this is the moment,
and Donald Trump is the person to make America great again.
and Donald Trump is the person to make America great again. Real change,
The kind we have not seen in decades,
the kind we have not seen in decades,
is only going to come from outside the system.
is only going to come from outside the system.
And it's only going to come from a man who has spent his entire life
And it's only going to come from a man who's spent his entire life
doing what others said could not be done.
doing what the others said could not be done.
My father is a fighter.
My father is a fighter.
When the primaries got tough, and they were tough,
When the primaries got tough and they were tough,
he did what any great leader does.
he did what any great leader does.
He dug deeper,
He dug deeper,
worked harder,
worked harder, got better,
and became stronger.
and became stronger. Just one moment. It is time for advertisement. Okay.
I have seen him fight for his family.
I have seen him fight for his family.
I have seen him fight for his employees.
I have seen him fight for his employees.
I have seen him fight for his company.
I have seen him fight for his company.
And
now
I am seeing him fight for our country.
I am seeing him fight for our country.
It's been the story of his life.
It's been the story of his life.
And more recently, the spirit of his campaign.
And more recently, the spirit of his campaign.
It's also a prelude to reaching the goal that unites us all.
It's also a prelude to reaching the goal that unites us all.
When this party, and better
When the party,
still this country, knows what it is like to win again.
and better still, this country knows what it is like to win again.
If it's possible to be famous,
If it's possible to be famous
and yet not really well known,
and yet not really well done,
that describes the father who raised me.
that describes the father who raised me.
In the same office in Trump Tower,
In the same office in the Trump Tower,
we now work together,
where we now work together.
I remember playing on the floor by my father's desk,
I remember playing on the floor by my father's desk,
constructing miniature buildings with Legos and erector sets,
constructing miniature buildings with Legos and erector sets,
while he did the same with concrete, steel, and glass.
Why he did the same with concrete, steel, and glass.
My father taught my siblings and me the importance of positive values in glass.
My father taught my siblings and me the importance of positivity,
My father taught my siblings and me the importance of positive
positivity,
values,
value, and strong ethical
He
compass.
showed us how to be resilient,
He showed us how to be resilient,
how to deal with challenges,
how to deal with challenges,
and how to strive for excellence in all that we do.
and how to strive for excellence in all that we do.
He taught us that there is nothing we cannot accomplish.
He taught us that there's nothing that we cannot accomplish
If we marry vision,
if we marry vision
passion,
and
and
passion
an enduring work ethic.
with an enduring work ethic,
If we marry vision and
passion
passion
with an enduring work ethic.
One of my father's greatest talents is his ability to see potential in people.
One of my father's greatest talents is ability to see potential in people
Before they see it in themselves.
before they see it in themselves.
It was like that for us too growing up.
It was like that for us too growing up.
He taught us that potential vanishes into nothing without effort.
He taught us that potential vanishes into nothing without effort.
And that like him,
And like him,
we each had a responsibility
we each had responsibility to
not
work
just for ourselves,
not just for ourselves,
but for the betterment of the world around us.
but for the betterment of the world around us.
Over the years,
Over the years,
on too many occasions to count.
On too many occasions to count.
I saw my father tear stories out of the newspaper
I saw my father tear a story out of the newspaper
about people whom he had never met,
about people whom he had never met,
who were facing some injustice or hardship.
who were facing some injustice or hardship.
He'd write a note to his assistant and
He'd write a note to his assistant
a signature black felt tip pen
in a signature black felt tip pen
and request that the person be found and invited to Trump Tower
and request that the person be found and invited to Trump Tower
to meet with him.
to meet with
He would
him.
talk to them
He would talk to them,
and then draw upon his extensive network to find them a job,
then draw upon his extensive network to find them a job
or get them a break.
or get them a break.
And they would leave his office
And they would leave his office
people so often do
as people so often do
after having been with Donald Trump,
after having been with Donald Trump,
feeling that life could be great again.
feeling that life could be great again.
Throughout my entire life,
Throughout my entire life,
I have witnessed his empathy and generosity toward
one moment.
throughout
Throughout
my entire
my entire life, I have witnessed his empathy and generosity. Empathy and generosity
I have witnessed his empathy and generosity towards others,
towards others, especially those who are suffering.
especially those who are suffering. It is just his way of being in your corner when you're down.
It is just his way of being in your corner when you are down.
My father not only has the strength and ability necessary
My father not only has the strength and ability necessary to be our next
but
president,
also the kindness and compassion
but also the kindness and compassion
that will enable him to be the leader that this country needs.
that will enable him to be the leader that this country needs. Just wait a moment. Oh, sorry.
You, unbeknownst to you, my father has a sense of fairness that touches every conviction he holds.
My father had a sense of fairness that taught every conviction he held.
I've worked alongside of him for more than a decade now.
I worked
Every conviction he
sorry.
holds.
I worked alongside of him for now more than a decade
A decade
now
now at the Trump Organization.
as Trump Organization,
And I've seen how he operates as a leader,
and I've seen how he operated as a leader,
making important decisions that shape careers
making important decisions that shape careers,
and that change lives.
that change life.
I've learned a lot about the world from
I've learned a lot about the world
walking construction jobs by
from working construction jobs by his side.
when run properly.
When run properly,
Construction sites are true meritocracies.
construction sites are true meritocracy. Meritocracy. Competence
In the building trades is easy to spot,
is building trades easy to spot,
and incompetence is
and incompetence, and incompetence
impossible to hide.
is impossible to hide. These sizes are also incredible melting pots,
gathering people from all walks of life
gathering people from all walks of life
and uniting them to work towards a single mission.
and uniting them to work towards a single mission.
There have always been men of all background and ethnicities
There have always been men of all background and ethnicity
on my father's job sites,
on my father's job site,
and long before it was commonplace,
and long before it was commonplace.
you also saw women.
You also saw women. You also saw
Father
women.
values talent.
My father values talent.
He recognizes real knowledge and skill when he finds it.
He recognizes real knowledge and skill when he finds it.
He is colorblind and gender neutral.
He is colorblind and gender neutral.
He hires the best person for the job.
He hires the best person for the job.
Period.
Period.
Words and promises.
Words and promises,
No matter how visionary they sound, will only get
no words and promises, no matter how visionary they sound, will only get you so far.
business.
In our business,
You're not a builder
you're not a builder
unless you've got a building to show for
unless you've got a pudding to sell for it.
it. Or in my father's case,
Or in my father's case,
city skyline.
city skylines.
Most people strive their entire lives
Most people strive their entire lives
to achieve great success in a single industry.
to achieve great success in a single industry.
My father has succeeded in many on the highest level and on a global scale.
My father has succeeded in many of the highest level and on a global scale.
One of the reasons he has thrived as an entrepreneur
One of the reasons he had thrived as an entrepreneur
is because he
is because he listened to everyone.
billionaire executives don't
Billionaire executives don't usually ask the people doing the work
usually ask the people doing the work for their opinion of the work.
for their opinion of the work. My father is an exception.
On every one of his projects,
On every one of his projects,
you'll see him talking
you will see him talking to the super, the painter, the engineers, the
He'll
electricians.
ask them for their feedback.
He also asked him the feedback.
If they think something should be done differently
If they think something should be done differently
or could be done better.
or could be done better.
When Donald Trump is in charge,
When Donald Trump is in charge,
all that counts
all that
is
counts
ability,
is ability,
effort, and excellence.
effort, and excellence.
This has long been the philosophy at the Trump Organization.
This has long been the philosophy at the Trump Organization.
At my father's company,
As my father's company,
there are more female than male executives.
there are more female than male executives.
Women are paid equally for the work that we do.
Women are paid equally for the work that we do,
And when a woman becomes a mother,
and when a woman becomes a mother,
she is supported, not shut out.
she is supported, not shut out.
U.S. labor force.
Women represent 46% of the total U.S. labor force,
And 40% of American households have female primary.
and 40% of American households have female primary breadwinners.
In 2014, women made 83 cents for every dollar earned by a man.
And in 2014, women made 83 cents for every dollar made by a man.
Single women without children
Single women without children
earn 94 cents for each dollar earned by a man.
earned 94 cents for each dollar earned by a man,
Whereas married mothers made only 77
whereas married mothers made only 77 cents.
cents. As researchers have
As researchers have noted,
gender is no longer the factor creating the greatest wage
gender is no longer the factor creating the greatest wage
discrepancy in this country.
discrepancy in this country.
Motherhood is.
Motherhood
As
is.
president, my
As president,
father will change the labor laws that
my father will change labor laws that were put into
were
place
put in place
at a time when
women
women were not a
significant
at a time when women were not a significant part of the workforce.
workforce. And he will focus on making quality childcare affordable
And he will focus on making quality childcare affordable
and accessible
and accessible
for all.
for.
As a mother myself
As a mother myself
of 3 young
of 3 young children,
I know how hard it is to work while raising a family.
I know how hard it is to work while raising a family.
And I also know
And I also
that
know
I'm far more fortunate than most.
that I'm far more fortunate than most.
American families need relief.
American families need relief.
Policies that allow women with children to thrive
Policies that allow women with children to
should
thrive
not be novelties,
should not be novelty.
they should be the norm.
They should be the norm.
Politicians talk about wage equality,
Politicians talk about wage equality,
but my father has made it a practice at his company
but my father has made it a practice at his company
throughout his entire career.
throughout his entire career.
He will fight for equal pay for equal work,
He will fight for equal pay for equal work.
and I will fight for this too,
And I will fight for this too,
right alongside of him.
right alongside of him.
Americans today need an economy that permits people to rise again.
Americans today need an economy that permits people to rise again.
A Trump presidency will turn the economy around
A Trump presidency will turn the economy around and restore the great American tradition of giving its new generation hope for brighter opportunities
than those of the generation that came before.
than those of the generation that came before.
In Donald Trump,
In Donald
you
Trump,
have a candidate who knows the difference
you have a candidate who knows the difference between wanting something done and making it happen.
When my father says that he will build a tower,
When my father says that he will build a tower,
keep an eye on the skyline,
Keep an eye on the skyline.
Floor by floor, a soaring structure will appear.
Floor by floor, a soaring structure will appear.
Usually record-setting in its height and iconic in its design.
Usually record-setting in its height and iconic in its design.
Real people are hired to do real work.
Real people are hired to do real work.
Vision becomes reality.
Vision becomes reality.
When my father says that he will make America great again, he will deliver.
When my father says that he will make America great again, he will deliver.
We have a chance this year
We have a chance this year
to reclaim our heritage as a country that
to declare
big and makes the
to reclaim our heritage as a country.
chance this year to reclaim our heritage as a country that dreams big and makes the impossible happen.
That dreams big and makes the important that dreams big and making the impossible happen. Fortunately,
Donald Trump is incapable of thinking small.
Donald Trump is incapable of thinking small.
When I was a child,
When I was a child,
my father always told me,
my father always told me,
Ivanka, if you're going to be thinking anyway,
Ivanka, if you're going to be thinking
you
anyway,
might as well think big.
you may as well think big.
As president,
As president,
my father will take on the bold and worthy fights.
my father will take on the bold and worthy fights.
He will be unafraid to set lofty goals,
He will be unafraid to set lofty goals,
and he will be relentless in his
and he will be relentless in his determination to achieve them.
to people all over America.
To people all over America, I
To people
I
all
said,
over America, I say,
when you have my father in your corner, you will never again to worry about being let down. He will fight for you all the time, all the way, every time. Maybe it's developer in him, but Donald Trump can't stand to see empty man's feet, a bottle of factory. He can't bear the injustice of college graduates who are crippled by student debt, and mothers who can't afford other child care to return to work to better the life of their families.
Other politicians see these hardships,
Other politicians see the hardships,
see the unfairness of it all,
see the unfairness of it all,
and they say, I feel for you.
and they say, I feel for you.
Only my father will say,
Only my father will say,
I'll fight for you.
I'll fight for you.
The hard-working men and women of this country identify with my father.
The hard-working men and women of country identify with my father.
He is tough, and
He is tough,
he is persevering.
and he is persevering.
He is honest,
He's honest,
and he is real.
and he is real.
He's an optimist,
He's an optimist,
and he's a relentless believer in America
and he's a relentless believer in America
and all of her potential.
and all of her potential.
He loves his family, and
He loves his family,
he loves his country,
and he loves his country
his heart, and his soul.
with his heart and his soul.
Politicians ask to be judged by their promises, not their results.
Politicians ask to be judged by their promises, not their regions.
I ask you to judge my father by his results.
I ask you to judge my father by his regions.
Judge his values by those he's instilled in his children.
Judge his values by those he's instilled in his children.
Judge his competency by the towers he's built.
Judge his competency by the towers he's built,
The companies he's founded, and the
his companies he's founded,
tens of thousands of jobs he's
and 10,000 jobs he made. And 10,000 jobs he's created.
He is the single most qualified person to serve as chief
He is the single most qualified to serve as chief executive
executive of an $18 trillion
of an 18 trillion economy.
economy. My father will call upon the best and brightest people
My father will call upon the best and brightest people from all spheres in industry and both sides of
best and brightest people
Sure.
from all spheres of industry
from all spheres of industry and both sides of the aisle.
and both sides of the aisle.
A new set of
to face
thinkers
our country's existing and future problems
face our country existing and future problems
with fresh perspective
with fresh perspective
and brave new solutions.
and brave new solutions.
Come January 17,
Come January 17th,
all things will be possible again.
all things will be possible again.
We can hope
We can hope
and dream
and dream
and think big again.
and think big again.
No one has more faith in the American people than my father.
No one has more faith in the American people than my father.
He will be your greatest,
He will be your greatest,
your truest,
and
your most loyal champion.
your most loyal champion.
This is the fighter,
This is the fighter,
the doer that you have
the doer
chosen as your nominee.
that you have chosen as your nominee
In ways no one expected,
in ways no one expected.
this moment in the life of our country has defined a mission.
This moment in the